Hey guys, welcome to the channel and another video. Today I'm going to be watching The Omen by Richard Donner, starring Gregory Peck, the winner of my last week's Patreon poll. I'm familiar with both their work as I've seen Superman, Conspiracy Theory and 16 Blocks by Donner, and Gregory Peck was fantastic in To Kill a Mockingbird. I know Richard Donner is responsible for making the Lethal Weapon films and for producing the first couple of X-Men movies, so naturally I'm a big fan of his work. About The Omen, I was aware of this film since it was always running on TV back in the day, but I know nothing about it except it's most likely about a possessed child. So I'm going in pretty much blind on this one. To help support the channel, I have a Patreon page for full reactions, early access, and weekly polls for what to watch next. You need your own copy of the film to watch along, of course. Please consider being a patron so I can post more than 2 videos a week. Please subscribe to the channel. If you liked the video, like it. If you didn't, dislike it. With all that being said, let's get started. The Omen, Donner, Peck, let's go. It's interesting, all the credits and the beginning, it's all off-center. Music by Jerry Goldsmith. He's a fantastic composer. That's really beautiful cinematography. How the shot is framed and the pan downwards. Gregory Peck's child passed away. He looks way older than I remember him in To Kill a Mockingbird. Oh man, the music is so ominous already. Again, the framing is amazing.
Your wife need never know.
He's suggesting not to tell the wife and adopt this child?
The mother died as your own child. God has given you a son.
Yeah, he doesn't have a very trustworthy face. So he goes for it and is not going to tell his wife. I have to assume this is the child that gets possessed by a demon.
What are you doing home so early?
Oh, a couple of years have passed.
Came to start packing. It's me. I'm appointed ambassador to Great Britain.
So they're moving from Rome to London. The change in music to very romantic and soft. These long notes really tug at your heartstrings.
No, I better stay here and fool around with Damien.
Child's name's Damien. It sounds so close to demon.
Where is he?
He's right behind us.
They're giving a lot of exposition about his home life and family.
Holly! I'll take him, Mum. No, I'll take him.
That zoom in shot didn't look right. Something's off. Why's that Rottweiler staring at him like that?
Damien, look at me! Look at me, Damien! It's all for you!
Okay, she was fine 10 minutes ago. Okay, that's creepy. Another thing I noticed is how Donner is just cutting the music very abruptly. It's dividing my attention.
For only if he is within you can you defeat the son of the devil.
I see.
He's killed once, he'll kill again.
Oh, the cinematography is excellent. The child was framed on the right corner.
I was at the hospital, Mr. Thorne, the night your son was born. I saw its mother.
You're referring to my wife.
Its mother, Mr. Thorne.
He referred to the child as it. His name being Damien and the priest referring to him as it leads me to believe he might be a demon.
Father. Thank you.
And this photographer is way too nosy. Just by the sound, I can tell that something bad is going to happen to that priest.
If you let me see your boy.
He's upstairs. I'll show you where it is.
Well, why don't you just leave us alone at first? Let us get acquainted in our own way.
Well, he's shy with new people.
Oh, no.
There are 2 layers of the dialogue here. One on the surface, one just underneath.
If I could see your boy.
She's insisting to meet Damien.
Have no fear, little one. I am here to protect thee.
Yeah, it's most likely a demon. Oh man, the child is smiling. There's a lot of visual storytelling going on here.
Do you really think a 5-year-old will understand the goings-on of an Episcopal wedding?
I'm really enjoying the nanny's performance. It's so unsettling.
What's the matter?
The music really goes with the scene. Holy. That's not unexpected, but that was very disturbing. It's the Rottweiler. It's protecting the child.
And Damien loves him.
She's changing way too much.
I think you'll be grateful on your long trips away, sir.
I don't like her smile at all.
We don't need a dog.
Welcome to Windsor Safari Park.
I've actually been there like 30 years ago.
Thank you.
I saw pictures from there and it looks nothing like what it looked like in 1976 because I went in the early 90s if I recall correctly. Oh man, the music is so scary. Oh my god, the giraffes just run away. The music is scarier than any images they've shown us so far in the film, so awesome. And the music just switches to something completely different again.
Baboons are dangerous.
All these baboons, making them look and act in a specific way must have been incredibly difficult. Now they're attacking the car.
5 minutes and you'll never see me again. Your wife is in danger. She'll die unless you come.
I think he's going to listen to the priest this time.
Thanks again.
There's it again.
Can describe how the child must die.
Look here.
He who will not be saved by the lamb will be torn by the beast.
Will you stop?
So Damien is Satan himself?
He will not allow the child to be born.
What in God's name are you talking about?
Your son, Mr. Thorne.
Oh, it's a son of the devil!
He will kill the unborn child. Then he will kill your wife. And when he is certain to inherit all that is yours, he will kill you.
That's enough. I never want to see you again.
I love how the priest was framed downwards, showing a position of weakness. Oh no, is he going to get impaled now? The weather is changing so much. The music is fantastic and it's drawing me in. And he can't get inside the church. Oh! Damn! Just like it was predicted.
He's only playing.
Would you just get him out of here, please?
Kathy is getting increasingly distant. And I feel so bad for her because she doesn't even know that he's not his actual child. You can see her reflection being separated from her husband by the window pane.
I'm pregnant, Robert. I just found out this morning.
Oh no, look at the acting on Gregory Peck's face. 1,000 bricks hit his face at once.
The most important thing for you to do is to agree to an abortion.
No.
Because it's forbidden by the Bible, probably.
It was foretold that this pregnancy would be terminated.
Foretold.
I'm going to fight to see that it's not.
I think the nanny is so far the scariest character in the film. Oh man, a bad thing is going to happen now.
She has a concussion, internal bleeding.
Internal bleeding. But she's pregnant.
No,
She's lost it.
right, sir.
Damn. She did break her hand.
Don't let him kill me.
Literally her first words to her husband is, "Don't let him kill me." And he has no words for her too, because what is he going to say? Oh, it's the Rottweiler. Yeah, it's protecting him.
Who is this?
My name is Keith Jennings.
The photographer.
The photographer who's...
It's about the camera.
No, it's not about the camera. It's about you, Mr. Thorne, and the death of the priest. Notice anything unusual?
No, sorry.
At first I thought this was just a fault in the film. It's a strange coincidence.
Damn. Just like the priest.
Happened again. Only it's more pronounced this time, and it's actually making contact with the body.
Pages of the Bible, thousands of them. Every inch of wall space covered, even the windows. He even needed to be close to his church.
He was going extreme lengths to protect himself.
The day your son was born. 6th month, 6th day. Was your son born at 6 a.m.?
Wow. 666.
If you wouldn't mind, Mr. Thorne, I'd like to help you try and find out.
It's my problem.
No, sir, you're wrong. It's my problem, too. I happened to catch sight of my own reflection in that mirror.
characters are important to the film and reflections.
Last night, I saw that dog in Damien's room. I clearly told you.
He's gone now, sir. They took him away this morning.
So they're going to the place the priest told him.
Some records.
I think everything was destroyed.
There was a tall man, a priest.
Padre Spiletto.
Yes, he was in charge. Is he?
Yes, he is alive.
Where?
Frosinone.
Sì, il monastero di San Domenico.
What an interesting elevator. I don't know whether they were popular back in the day, but I've actually never seen one like that. And I was mistaken about the priest. The priest that died was not the same priest. I'm scared for the photographer because it looks like some sort of lightning or something hit him. And it's rainy outside.
So the devil's child will rise from the world of politics.
And he's an ambassador. And he was born on the 6th of June at 6 a.m. I'm just scared for Kathy and the photographer because I have a feeling both of them are going to die. Beautiful cinematography, and I love how Donner just holds his shots at the end of scenes for an extra 5 or 6 seconds. Yeah, the makeup here is very well done.
Fallen from grace. Can you tell us why?
For abandoning Christ.
How do you know he's abandoned Christ?
He told us.
Chauvet.
It is an old cemetery from Etruscan times. Crypta Sant'Angelo. It is nothing but ruins.
Where is this place?
They're at the cemetery. I have a bad feeling about the photography here, and especially because Donner took the time to show the photographer taking the camera out of the back. The lighting work here is really good because the scene is almost dark and just lit by moonlight, and it looks very convincing that no artificial light was used here. Probably there was, but it looks very convincing. That's a beautiful set, if not an actual cemetery. I can't tell. Something's watching them.
This woman could be the mother of the child you adopted.
Yeah, they're being watched for sure. Is that a dog?
My child.
There's a huge crack in the child's skull.
As soon as he was born. Murderers.
More dogs. The music really did its job, guys.
Robert, what's happened? What's wrong?
Please, darling, just do it. Get ready to leave.
I thought this whole situation would put more of a strain on their marriage, but they really love each other. Oh man, the satanic music. Oh man, fantastic performance. You can see it in his eyes. He's a broken man now because that's not his child and his wife is dead. And he's been warned of this plenty of times, so there's a lot of guilt and regret that's working in his mind as well.
Kathy is dead. I want Damien to die too.
These are definitely not sets. These are actually on location.
This is not a human child. They're proof. He bears a birthmark. A sequence of sixes. To murder a child.
It's not a child.
How can he know that? Maybe he's wrong. He's not responsible. I won't do it.
That's the only weapon to defeat.
Well, if you don't do it, I will.
I don't think he wants to kill him because, again, it's in the body of a child. And uh-oh. Oh no. The glass. Oh! I thought he'd be killed by lightning. I like how he's probably the only person in the film who hasn't shown any outward fear. I'm sure he's feeling a lot of fear and dread and he doesn't know what exactly is going on, but he's not showing it. I feel so uncomfortable. I wouldn't say I'm scared. It's just so unsettling. I think he's going to go cut Damien's hair. It's confirmed now. There are so many emotions on Gregory Peck's face. Come on, kill that demon witch. Is she dead? Oh, no, she isn't. Oh. The tension here is amazing. Oh. The practical effects here are considerably better. That looked convincing. He's going to the church. Hallowed ground. I'm starting to have a bad feeling like I did with 12 Monkeys, which I watched last. Because of the police chasing him. So Damien is finally in a church. Oh no! No, 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 no. Damien is still alive, guys. Everybody else is dead. The ambassador, Kathy, both the nannies, the photographer, the priest.
Excuse me, Mr. President. When you're ready to leave, your car is right over there.
The president?
Yes, sir.
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised because, after all, he's the ambassador. Oh my god, and he's smiling. He's standing next to the President of the United States. Here's wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast. For it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. Book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 18. I read this in the Bible. I don't remember it exactly, but I read the Bible, the Quran, and the Torah. That was an awesome movie. So I took some time to collect my thoughts. First off, that was a really good film, and Richard Donner is a fantastic director, as if we already didn't know that. His approach to the film was very slow and methodical without dragging the film along. The exposition started at the beginning with the ominous music and the beautiful cinematography and ended with the son of the devil being unleashed on the world. That was a bold choice considering other horror films like Exorcist and Poltergeist, which were released at the time, had more of a happier ending. Let's talk about the cinematography and editing of the film, which was excellent. The cinematography itself was brilliant, with Donner using a lot of mirrors and reflections to frame his shots. He used a lot of reflections to separate people, like when Ambassador Thorne was talking to his wife by the window, and mirrors were used to foreshadow the photographer Jennings' death. Furthermore, there were a lot of beautifully framed landscape shots and extreme close-up shots with prime lenses, which really elevate the performances of the actors. The editing itself was really good as well, especially how coherent the scenes in the cemetery and the last act were. It was really good. The music in the film was by Jerry Goldsmith, who was a legend in Hollywood. He was responsible for the Star Trek series, Total Recall, Poltergeist, LA Confidential, and many other films. His music composition here was fantastic. The way he chose to quickly change up the music from satanic to upbeat melodic grew on me as the film went on. It really divided my attention and kept me on my toes during the entire runtime. The satanic organ music was especially uncomfortable to listen to. Amazing overall. The writing itself in this film was much better than average. The slower pace really complemented Donner's style of filmmaking. I noticed this film had a distinct lack of gore, and the director chose not to show any supernatural things outright. Sure, there were disturbing scenes, but no devil. This might have been one of the best decisions made by the writer and director, because they conveyed fear through everything else except showing the devil outright. In fact, we only get to see Damien less than 15 or 20 minutes in the film. He didn't need to have screen presence though. The fear in the eyes of the other characters already sold me on the danger they were in, and the consequences of him being unleashed onto the world. Gregory Peck was a timeless actor. He was fantastic as Robert Thorne, the ambassador. I feel, was the only character not to show any outward fear for most of the film. I could tell his character was a little bit skeptical in the beginning because he didn't heed the warnings of the priest, but slowly he became convinced of what Damien really is. After his wife is killed, you can see the guilt and despair he had on his face. He was a broken man after that, and I don't think he had any regard for his life. Lee Remick was also very good as Kathy Thorne, the wife of the ambassador. I feel like she was the most innocent character in the film, as she had no idea that the child she was raising was not hers. Her descent into what some might call madness was fascinating to see. In the second act, she started fearing Damien, and by the end, she was visibly scared for her life. I really felt bad for her at the end, as he lost her son, her unborn baby, and her husband, and then she died as well. Billy Whitelaw played Mrs. Baylock, the mysterious nanny to Damien. She had the most sinister performance in the film, and her acting was incredible. Her unsettling speech pattern with the obviously fake smile was chilling to watch. The way she went berserk at the end trying to defend Damien from the ambassador was amazing to watch, because you can see the crazy look in her eyes. Although she might have had a smaller role in the film, she was the standout performer for me. David Warner played Jennings, the photographer who becomes obsessed with the ambassador after he notices weird things in the pictures he develops. He, for me, was the driving force which kept the pace of the film in check, since every time he was on screen, the plot moved forward. Although he foreshadowed his own death, he didn't give up. His curiosity led him to was the end of him. His performance was okay compared to the rest of the cast, but I wouldn't call it bad by any means. If there are any criticisms of the film, I couldn't find any personally, but I understand if some people find it a tad bit boring owing to the fact that there were no traditional jump scares or gore in the film. Again, I don't think that was necessary in a film like this, since it was all about the ambience and the atmosphere, but I understand. Apart from that, I would consider this a timeless classic horror film which will be enjoyed by generations to come. It's highly recommended. Anyways, thank you for watching. I have a Patreon page. Consider being a patron. Subscribe to the channel. If you liked the video, like it. If you didn't, dislike it. I will see you in the next one.